Hey everybody, it's Gypsy and today is Saturday, July 20th, 2024, and it is time for my weekly gardening update. Well, the first thing is, I came back here, found out this crabapple tree has gray mold. I need to take care of that. So, I'd mentioned to you guys how my son and daughter-in-law wanted me, to get rid of as much as the grass as possible back here by the pond in the woods. It's not easy because there's only so much sod I can remove at a time before I have to stop. And so I did a little patch. But way back here is hard for me to do because by the time I get everything back here, my leg is killing me. I'm exhausted. But anyways, some of the sunflowers I grew at the front of the yard where we have that really rich, nice soil, I've transplanted back here yesterday. Now, when I put them back here, they were nice and big and healthy. And I come back here this morning, and they're pulled up by their roots. And much of the leaves have been eaten. So I put them back up. The woodland creatures, they're just having, they think everything I plant is for them. They pop out of the woods real quick. And, they think I'm providing a buffet, like I'm a caterer or something. So, I plant something, it starts growing, they come and get it. That was just meant for decorative purposes, not for eating. Anyways, I'm hoping the crab apples do better this year. Of course, I had to take care of that gray mold because I want to do a lot of things with the crab apples. One of them this fall is making homemade pectin. So, not that I haven't stocked up on a lot of pectin, but I've been stocking up on a lot of stuff lately just in case. So, it wouldn't kill me to have more. Anyways, I have just been having a real hard time getting my morning glories and moonflowers to grow. I had 2 flowers in here yesterday. They're still here. They just haven't opened up yet. In the moonflowers or something. No, those are the morning glories. They're starting to wrap around the trellis. Finally. Oh, here's a beautiful bloom. So, I don't know. Sunshine makes it hard for me to see. Isn't that pretty? So they're finally starting to wrap around. This one is, I don't know. Can you see it? Right there. So anyways, finally getting somewhere with that. Somebody told me they grow quickly. They have not. It's been very slow. Thinking next year, I might find, a perennial that vines. Like maybe some type of vining rose or something and put it on the trellis. Do something different. I don't care for the way this one worked out for me. So, anyways, sometimes the walk across the yard just seems so long to me. So my nasturtiums, they have been blooming like crazy. This planter over here, they're delicious, but now they're starting to look scraggly and yucky. But I have more planted throughout the yard. So the strawberries, I have been, now that I took care of the vole problem, I have been getting all kinds of strawberries every day. Let me see if I can get a close-up for you. It's through the netting, I know, it's hard. But I have some nice strawberries that I've been getting. Strawberries are doing really, really good. The strawberries that I harvest every day, I wash them and I put them in a bag in the freezer. I'm saving them to do I don't know what with yet. But what I like about the everbearing is it produces from spring to fall, which is great. But you don't get as many at one time as you do with a June bearing. So a June bearing, I'd be able to harvest a whole bunch of strawberries at one time and make a pie or some jam or something. But with this, I have to wait. But we do get them every day, so if we want to, snack on them or do whatever. So I'm saving them for right now. I'm getting a lot of runners. I saved some for a neighbor of mine who, when he moved into his house, accidentally tore out his strawberry plants the previous owner had planted, and he was heartbroken. So I told him when I get runners, I will give him some. But I am going to create another section of, for the strawberry patch. And what I'm going to do is after the runners root, I'm going to disconnect them from the mother plant, and I'm going to put them in another bed, probably along here. And I will probably be saving this section to sell strawberry plants next spring. I'll see about that, see how it goes. And next spring, I think in this area here, I'm going to get a June bearing strawberry called Wendy strawberries. So delicious. I feel, in my personal opinion, they are the best strawberries. Oh, they're so good for baking and making jam. So over here, well, I had to stake up the baby plant, which is, these are my wild blackberries, catching up very quickly to the mother plant. It does have, all my berries have diatomaceous earth on them because I've been having a beetle problem. So I cut off yesterday this one here. It's looking droopy. It's finally starting to perk up. I transplanted. It's a sucker from that plant over there. I pulled out the wild black raspberry I had planted here that died, and I put a red raspberry here, but it'll perk back up. I could tell it's going to. So I had a beetle problem, and everything was all my berries were looking very lacy. So I removed all the bad leaves, and I dusted with diatomaceous earth. I come out here this morning, and right on top of the diatomaceous earth, I found a beetle eating the leaf right through the diatomaceous earth on top. So I don't know what else to do because it just does not seem to bother the beetles. They must be really tough to get through diatomaceous earth. So, but other than that, this one here, when I got it in spring, I think it was May, it was like that small. And these things just grow like crazy. Red raspberries, they get out of hand. Blueberries, they're not doing too bad. They look good. Can't wait till next year when I get berries. So excited. Looking good. So, in the outdoor garden, my fall Brussels sprouts. Oh, that sun is getting in my way. I don't know if you could see. Right. Let me see if I could block the sun. Right there. I started getting little sprouts. I am going to be putting up netting around these two immediately because what happened in the spring, I didn't, and moths ate everything. And then in here, oh my God, finally, for the first time ever, let me see, can you guys see that? Oh, right there. Cabbage is coming up. I've never been able to grow cabbage. So, also, with that, I will be putting netting around it probably today. My peppers are looking great. They are. Still no peppers because, I don't know, somehow their growth got stunted. The broccoli, I don't know if you guys could see through the netting, and the sun is keeping me, but it's growing nicely, the little sprouts. And my lima beans are vining and looking very healthy, but still no lima beans. Tomatoes. These are the San Marzano sauce tomatoes. I have a lot of them coming. as you can see. None have ripened yet, but they're coming. My asparagus. Oh, it's so beautiful. Can't wait for next spring. These tomatoes over here, these three in this row are called Beefy Boys. And they're for sandwiches, as my mom and my grandma always used to like to say. So they're finally starting to get tomatoes. They should be a very large tomato, I believe. And then these are various other tomatoes that have a ton of tomatoes on them. My carrots, I had to harvest most of them this past week. And they were pretty good size. I tried transplanting some tomato plants in here. Hopefully, they do okay. But I left a few in here that still needed to, oh yeah, they're growing. They still needed a little more growth. The first batch of carrots, my purple carrots that I harvested earlier this week, I canned them. I just put those up. I know I have like 2 or 3 other cucumbers on here. I'm telling you, if I didn't like pickles, I would probably just grow cucumber plants just because they're so pretty. But you know, my first one, I'm not sure at what point, because I've never grown cucumbers before. I wish that sun were not in my way. What the heck? Yeah, I don't know if you could see it. But that cucumber is the first one there. I know I have a couple other ones. I saw them. But with all these leaves, these huge leaves, I'm having trouble finding them again, you know, because they were small. But the cucumbers, these are only 2 plants. And like I said the other day, there is a ton of cucumbers coming off just these 2 plants. And these are called Russian pickling cucumbers. I think I'm going to be growing these. I'm going to stick with these because they produce a lot for one plant. These are more tomatoes. This looks like another San Marzano. I just have, there's the Mexico midgets. I have been harvesting so much from them. And right now I'm at a point where I have a lot of tomatoes on there, but they're not getting red yet because it's kind of stopped. But I mean, the tomatoes are doing great. And there's the spring Brussels sprouts. And like I said, they got eaten really bad by the moths. So I finally just cut off all the bad leaves and I put a netting over them, and now they're growing. So now that it's mid-July, I'm not sure if they're going to produce Brussels sprouts or not. It's just like an experiment. I'm waiting to see what happens. So, yeah. Maybe I'll get something. Maybe I won't. You know, I tried canning some Brussels sprouts. And I opened a jar yesterday. I don't think I like Brussels sprouts canned. So I think if I get an overabundance, I am going to just freeze them. Because I just can't. If I have a power outage, I don't know what I'll do. But because our electricity, it's not been going out for long, only a few seconds, but it's been going out a lot. I just don't like them canned. Maybe if I just steam them longer, I don't know. But anyways, so what is next? In August, I have more fall planting to do. What is next? I think it's peas or carrots I'm going to plant next. And then kale, some beans. I got to somehow get some more room. I wish I could see the screen. My potatoes, I think they're doing good. I've never done potatoes before, but I heard when it starts dying back like that, that means, you know, just about ready to harvest. So into the greenhouse, which, as you can see, has turned into the tomato jungle. I am actually starting to tie up the tomatoes. These are the indeterminate ones. Typically, it is, well, that one is not a Mexico midget, but the Mexico midgets are the ones that really climb. Sorry, my bad leg. I almost fell over. Look at all those blossoms. That's a Mexico midget. No. This is a flamenco. Oh, I do have a red tomato coming there. These are the silvery firs. So I got all these. I mean, they're just producing like crazy. All of my rooted ones I have. These are all rooted. Those back there, I did direct sow in the greenhouse. Over here, I don't know if it's probably too late in the year. I've never done this either. Trying to grow some sweet potato slips, and I got my first one. I think there's another one coming over here. So all of my tomatoes, especially in here, I have to tie those up to the ceiling now too. Every day. Every day. I spend so much time in here tying up branches that have grown overnight. I got another tomato ripening there that's just about ready. My devil's claw is doing good. But yeah, in here I'm just having so much fun with tomatoes that I think I am just dedicating the greenhouse to tomatoes. Now, since I lived in New Mexico, a lot of the tomato seeds I bought from a company called Native Seed Exchange, which are seeds that you get specifically for the desert. Hello, Miss Persephone. So they were meant for the desert, and I think that's why they're doing so well in there. And look at these. I mean, my sugar pumpkins, these little tiny sugar pumpkins. Look what they're doing. It's amazing. And my daughter-in-law's gourd is really growing. It looks like it's going to be producing flowers soon. I planted some more pumpkin seeds in there. Can't remember what I have in here. But anyways, it's doing really, really good. Do not chase bees, please, Miss Ma'am. So, yeah, my mint, I like to put a jar of tea out in the afternoon for a few hours, and I'll put in a bunch of this mojito mint. It's a type of spearmint, but it's much stronger, and it's really, really good. These are the strawberry runners that I'm saving for my neighbor. So my cottage garden is just doing amazingly well. I got some the bucket there. I have lavender in there, and at the bottom I put a bunch of rocks, and then I put a very light potting soil in there, because lavender, one, doesn't like kitties in it, two, does not like a lot of water, a lot of moisture, so it needs good drainage. So I'm very careful about watering that, but everything is just doing really, really good. Oh, look at my, I don't know if I have it in screen or not because of the sun, but my moth mullein, my moth mullein, where the heck is it? I can't do it. This sun is so bright this morning. It's getting really pretty flowers on it. So as you can see here, I hope, I started collecting all the pavers and stuff in the yard and laying them out in here to see what it looks like. And so far I like it, obviously. I'm hoping to have it go all the way across to the pumpkins. So that's what's going on over here. I did a lot of work in the front yard. Look at my mugwort. Isn't it beautiful? I did a lot of work in the front yard. It needed cleaning up and pruning, but it's not worth going out there and showing you. It's just front yard looks much better. There's my moth mullein. Isn't that nice? So anyways, I think I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.